Okay, so Mom, look at me. So finish telling me about. I thought there was something, a story you used to tell me where y'all would go to cow patties and throw a stick in it and see who it would splatter on. Is that?
Yeah.
Well, tell me that story.
Well, that's it. Let the poo poo fly.
so, so tell me who you would play with. Who would you play that game with?
Well, I had brothers and I had sisters, but my sisters didn't fool with stuff like that.
Wow.
One was like adult, and the other one was it didn't matter.
Uh huh. Who was the adult? Lula?
Lulu.
And what do you mean it didn't matter? What, Edna? Like she didn't like to play those kind of games, throw poo poo on people? uh, was Edna kind of girly girl and you were a tomboy?
Yeah,
I know you were a tomboy,
yeah.
but Edna. What about Edna?
She was just wanting to stay at home.
She just wanted to stay at home and play dolls. What would she do when she stayed at home?
No, I don't remember her playing dolls.
What would she do?
I don't remember.
Oh. Um, you used to tell me a story all the time about your mom accidentally throwing a spatula or something like that at Edna. Do you remember that? And it hit her in the head?
I don't remember it hitting her, but yeah, she got so outdone, she threw it.
And it, but I thought it hit her because maybe Edna started crying and making a big to do about it, and you got mad because your mama, you felt like Edna was kind of milking it a little bit. That don't sound familiar? No? Okay. Uh, what other stories? Tell me about you used to talk about your dad being real loud and stuff like that.
Yeah, if he saw you half a mile away, he was gonna holler, "Hey, come get some coffee."
Like from your front yard, or is that what you're talking about? He would holler at people to come get coffee at the house?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. And your mom used to talk about her crying a lot
yeah.
because she was sad, or
No, she just cried easy. At least little thing upset her.
uh-huh. You know, you kind of been like that here in the hospital. You cry a lot. Have what do you call them when you cry? What you say you're having a party, a pity party?
Yeah, I guess.
But what did the nurse ask you? The nurse asked you if you were going to bring cake to your party.
Did she?
She did. And you told her, you're going to bring chocolate cake to your pity party. uh, what else? Tell me about growing up in Ged.
Oh boy. We lived. Uh, we didn't have any neighbors.
Why didn't you have neighbors?
It just wasn't anybody lived out else lived close to us.
Uh-huh. What, were y'all in a rice field? I mean, you said something about your dad being a farmer. What did he farm?
Rice.
It was rice. Uh-huh. Was he the head farmer, or did he work for somebody?
No, he was for us.
Oh, it was his fields?
Huh?
Was it his fields?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, now wait a minute. No. I belong to, you've heard of the Gray
Yeah, Gray
Ranch?
Ranch.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So he worked the fields for them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh. And did he have, so when he had people working under him, did he have people working for him?
Who?
Your dad. Like the people who worked in the fields, was he
Yeah,
like
but
their supervisor?
I had three brothers,
Okay.
and usually some of my, oh, excuse me, some of my cousins was there.
Uh-huh. So all the family had to work the farm.
Yeah.
Um, Did your mom feed everybody? Did you say something about her cooking?
Over a hot stove, no electricity.
Uh-huh. So how old were you when you moved into town? How old were you when you moved into town? You told me that you moved it to Vinton.
I was about 11, I think.
Why did y'all move to Vinton instead of living in Ged anymore?
I think because they were settling different things out there.
In Ged?
Yeah, the man that owned the stuff.
Uh-huh. So when you moved to Vinton, you had electricity.
Yeah.
And what happened when you saw a light socket?
It worked.
You didn't graduate on time. Didn't you have to stay home and take care of your mom or something?
I don't remember what it was, but I was a year behind. I graduated full term.
Right, high school, uh-huh. But yeah, you told me you had to stay home for a year for something.
I remember mother being sick.
That was your mom? She was sick. So how old was she when she died?
Oh, about 58, something
Uh-huh.
like that, I guess.
And Mom, you told me one time a story about like when your mom died, you thought it was so unfair because you felt like she was just such a good person. There's other people that God could have taken. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But then you said something about the next week maybe, or next couple of weeks, the Sunday school lesson was about heaven. Do you remember you telling me that? Oh, Mom, that's a good one. You told me one time that when your mom died, you were really sad and you felt like God. I don't know if you used these words, but maybe God was. It was not fair. He was mean to take your mom because you felt like there was other people he could have taken. And you said, but like the next Sunday or maybe two Sundays from the funeral, you went to church and the Sunday school lesson was all about heaven, what heaven was like, and you were okay after that.
Yeah. But I forgot what I was going to tell you now.
About Sunday school, your mom passing. You don't remember? Tell me about your brothers. What time?
I had 3 brothers.
Mm-hmm.
They were all hard workers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We lived on a farm.
Mm-hmm. Who was Doc the oldest? Everett?
Everett?
Why did they
No,
call?
Leroy was the
Oh,
oldest.
that's right. Leroy was the oldest. Why did they call Everett Doc?
After the doctor in Benton or somewhere,
Oh yeah.
I believe.
Mm-hmm. So tell me about Albert. Didn't you say that he was kind of a real jokester and liked to make your mama laugh?
Yeah. He'd dance her around and she'd tinkle all over the floor.
So tell me, where were you when you found out that he had gotten in that wreck? Do you remember? Do you remember the funeral or anything like that about when he passed?
Yeah, more or less. He was well liked.
Uh-huh. So the whole town of Vinton showed up?
Oh, a good many people.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Ged.
Oh, yeah. So there were people out there, y'all just didn't have any neighbors?
We didn't have close neighbors, no.
What about Lula? What kind of sister was she like?
She was a busy person.
Busy? Like what? What do you mean?
Like helping with the housework and stuff like that.
Uh-huh. She helped your mom?
Yeah.
But Edna, she was the favorite?
Yeah, she was a sickly person.
Oh, she was sick?
More or less.
What was wrong with her?
I'm not sure if it was, I don't remember if it was her heart or what.
Oh. So she didn't have to work as hard? Because she was sick? Tell me about your grandparents. You said your grandpa. Were all of your grandparents living when you were a kid?
I didn't know them.
But you knew your grandpa because you gave him mud pies.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. But you didn't know the other.
not really, not close.
You didn't know the Murphys.
Murphys, yeah.
Oh, you did know your grandma and grandpa Murphy?
I was a Murphy, yeah.
I know, but did you know your grandparents? Did you know your dad's mom and dad?
I'm not sure.
But you knew your mom's dad. You knew your grandpa Gould.
Yeah.
Hmm. Tell me about you and Jimmy, your first husband. How did you meet him? Because he was quite a bit older than you, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a bit older, yeah.
But you don't remember how you met him?
No.
Did he live out in Gid?
No, I'm thinking he lived around Toomey, but I'm not sure.
Oh, Toomey, yes. So y'all ventured out far away from town to to date. Da 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 da. I saw on his grave. I was looking at his grave, and it had that he was a World War II veteran. He went to World War II. He was in the military.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember when he passed? When he passed away? Not really. What about working at the Creamy?
What about it?
I don't know. How'd you get that job? You just applied for it?
I imagine.
Mm-hmm. What was
You get ice cream cones for 5 and 10 and 15 cents.
what made the difference in the price? How tall the ice cream was?
Yeah.
You told me one time how is it Mr. Barry? Is that who owned the Creamy?
Yeah.
You told me one time he showed you how to make the curly Q on the ice cream. You know how you would make the ice cream stack and make a curly Q at the top?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? You said he was watching you make an ice cream one day. You don't remember that story?
Yeah, I think he showed me how.
And then you got real professional about it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And because you worked at the Creamy, now every time we go to a restaurant, you want to clean up the whole table before we leave the restaurant.
Well, so many people leave it messy. And that's so unnecessary.
So we have to stack all our plates and the cups every time. Because you used to work at the Creamy. That's what we hear all the time. What else can we talk about? What's some good stories you know? You used to tell me a bunch of them.
We used to have China ball trees.
Yeah?
And we had nigger shooters.
And what about